We decided that we'd have a couple of drinks for this evening's Scarefest because we've always said, oh, it'd be funny if we were drunk or tipsy during the scare mazes. So we've decided to have a couple of drinks. My drink of choice is Jim Beam's Black Cherry. I've already had what would be classed as 2 shots of it.
Shake. Don't. Look at me tip. What's that again?
Give it a flick.
Why didn't we tip?
So I have glow headband, Lil Boo, orange, orange, orange. I'm full orange. Hang on, that's a tree. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Now we're heading to Wickerman. I'll give you a little walk down Tower Street for all of the different effects. Little Boo. And a big pumpkin. So we have all the different characters on the back of the hearse, all the gravestones, and the iconic Scarefest sign over in the background. Another thing I don't think we've showed you yet is the ride pumpkins, which are on the corner. So I'm going to do a quick drive-by of the ride pumpkins for you guys to see, because they are pretty cool. Each ride is a different pumpkin, and if you've been at Alton Towers before, you'll know which ride is which. And I absolutely love them. They look fantastic, especially lit up at night. So that is all of the pumpkins. So we have Wickerman, Nemesis. What's the one behind? Oblivion, I think, around this corner.
It's Oblivion.
And we have Smiler dead front and centre. 13, I think. That one's Rita. I think I'm butchering these. I have no idea. I don't even know what the big one is in the middle. But Brian can voice over this bit. I made sure Brian had a wand as well, because I felt left out if he didn't have one. It's only fair that we both have them.
Self-defense in the mirror.
No, it's self-defense when I have a sword fight with him and I win.
If that alien takes my hat off again and puts it on his head, you'll think twice tonight.
So we're just passing Mutiny Bay, and then we'll head to Wickerman first.
We haven't passed it yet, we're heading to it.
Oh, we're almost past it.
So you see when we point us point.
Where the point is pointing?
The same colour. Mutiny Bay.
Ah, no, yeah, the sword matches Mutiny Bay.
So I am Mutiny Bay.
Alright, no, sorry.
Watch it, kid, you get me one.
But yeah, there's Mutiny Bay.
Back at the compound for the second run. So it's a day 2, completely different one to what we done yesterday. What was your verdict?
I got the exact same run through. Now, I said in yesterday's vlog that you've got to be extremely unlucky to get the same run through. And there was only one little bit different, and that was in the caged area. Yesterday I was in the middle, today I was on the right, and I was still pushed through the same door. So, unfortunately, I got the same run through, and I'm really disappointed about that.
So mine was totally different. I was put with a little lass and she looked terrified and she was just silent, didn't want to speak or anything. But she looked nervous, but she must have been brave enough to go through by herself because she didn't want me to go first. She went through on her own. Usually
I was first in this group.
Like the last one asked me to go through first.
Again, I ended up with a stranger holding my hand.
But was that one that was talking in there?
Yeah, she was like, thank you so much for holding my hand all the way through, and I was like, it's fine.
So I've done that run before, or part of it, last year, not this year.
Yeah.
But I got to the part where, you know, when they grab your shoulders and they put you in a different area, you over there and you over here.
I never got that.
I
this
nearly
time.
went into one area and he grabbed us last minute and said, go over there. When I went through there, I was walking through, he let one person through, and when I went to go through, he said no and put his finger up like that, and he pulled the cage across so I couldn't get out. So I was stuck in this cage for a couple of minutes, and then he come back, and he was like right up nose to nose, and he's going, "Are you a human?" I thought he said, but he wasn't saying, "Are you a human?" I realised afterwards, because there's that much noise in there, he was asking, "Are you a sewer rat?" And I nodded my head, and he looked at us funny, and he goes, "Are you a sewer rat?" I nodded again like that. And then it just clicked what he had said. He goes, "You're a sewer rat, eh?" And then he goes, "Right, you can go that way."
Yeah.
And he grabbed us and like launched us through the room. And when I went through, there was probably no joke about 10 aliens in there. And there was
I wish I got that room.
there was loads and loads of fog, smoke everywhere. It was that smoky I could barely see. And there was like eggs everywhere, like big pink eggs all over the
I had
walls,
that room
around the
last year.
corners.
I
And
had
then
that one last year.
when I walked through that end, it was flickering constantly like that, and more aliens again. One of them was bending down, and they were touching the back of my legs and stuff when I walked past. And I came out of there, I walked across, like it was like a bridge, but not the one that I had yesterday, because I couldn't smell that chlorine smell. But they were doing the tasers along the side of the fence.
Yeah.
And then I came through that end, and it felt like it was longer, but there was a lot of things I couldn't see again in that one because it was flashing so quick. And then as I got to the end, I saw the hamster cages again that I seen yesterday, but this time I was facing the opposite side of them. So if I was there yesterday, today, I would have been able to see myself on the other side.
Oh.
So like there's two sides to that hamster cage section, so they use the hamster cages to border off that walkthrough. But it was definitely more intense than the one that we had yesterday. Well, for me it was.
It wasn't for me,
It
unfortunately.
was exactly the same for you.
Yesterday it was way more intense because I was a lot more disorientated, whereas today, like I say, I don't know how it happened, but getting the exact same run through kind of upset me a little bit. I really want to go back in to try and get a different run through.
So that was my take on it anyway.
I feel like we're going to have to do another run through. If we can fit it in tonight, we'll fit it in tonight. We've got an hour. But
And if not, we'll maybe debate potentially tomorrow if we can.
Like I say, I'm just really upset that I got the same run through. I mean, when you first get divvied up into your sections, I was put in a room with 3 other people. There was a little kid and 2 adults. And I said to the little kid, I was like, "Are you scared?" And she was nodding her head going, "Yeah." So I took off my other one of these and I give her it and I was like, "Take this." And she was like, "Thank you." And then she was off in her own direction once we got split up into different directions.
Talking about it doesn't do justice to what it is in there, and everyone's experience is totally different. Each run through is completely different.
Well, let's hope if we do manage to fit it in again, we'll get a decent run through. I think now we're going to go and do Edge of the Forest, I think. But it's quite a walk in the other direction.
One part I was surprised at is when you're first in there in the little cubicle thing.
Yeah.
When you walked through, as I walked through, there's people coming out, and you were one of them. You were right in front of us.
Well, on the same section.
We've never had that done before.
No.
So
We've
that was
been
new.
partitioned before where we've seen each other but we're on opposite sides of fences. But this one, we came out on the same exact bit, and I was like, "You, come on, let's go."
And just a word of advice, they're very strict on lights on the head.
Yeah. These
Glowing
we've had
ones.
to hide. We've had to hide with inside ones as well.
What about your pumpkin? Do you take that off as well?
Yeah, that had to come off. So you're not allowed any lights on your body. You've got to have it like hidden or turned off.
Yeah.
I was able to leave this on, but I had to turn it off. Little Boo had to come off, unfortunately, and these had to be hid. So
And the thing is, because they're in character, they can be as rough as they want when it comes to talking to you. Like
they just shouted. I'm glad I had my plugs in, but just shouted in my ear, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
so that they can tell you off, basically.
Yeah.
That was Compound Fate. 2 nights in a row now.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna do another one just to get a different route.
Is it still your favourite scare zone, scare maze?
It is going off yesterday's run through, but it's still top tier. It's still top. I just hope that next time's a
So-
different go through. Like, I just had a hold of this lass's hand behind me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, just come with me." And then I was going first. Like, normally I am terrified of going through first.
So
Absolutely
they just
terrified.
grab onto you, do they?
She was holding onto my back at first, and I didn't want to damage my Halloween or nobody, so I put my hand behind instead. She had a hold of my hand, like really, like gripped onto each other. But I thought at the end of the day, it's either that or she holds onto my hips on my back, and I didn't really want that, so I held her hand instead.
Even if you chill before going in, your adrenaline kicks up because of the way they talk to you, the way they grab a hold of you. And especially for someone her age, because she must have only been, I'd say, about Ava's age, probably about 10.
I think the last with me was about 9, 10-year-olds. She looked quite young. She might be a little bit older, actually, maybe about 11 or 12.
The one that was holding up?
No, the last that was holding on, she was like an adult. Adult.
She's got no excuse.
Do you want to go there? No, we don't have time for that. I've done that yesterday. I feel like for some reason I'm usually terrified of absolutely everything. But I feel like compound is one that I can do on my own. I think it's because I'm forced to do it on my own that I can manage it.
Well, I think the reason you can deal with that one better is one, it's fast paced, so your adrenaline goes, and two, because you don't have time to slow down or go at your own pace, so you're not sitting there thinking, should I go or shouldn't I?
You don't have that time with the base, yeah.
They're grabbing you and they're making you go regardless of how you're feeling. Yeah. So you don't have a time to think to yourself. Whereas something like Edge of the Forest, you can kind of take your time through it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes compound different than most scare mazes. Is it's so aggressive and so fast.
If we can get more scare mazes like compound, I would happily do even more of them.
Here we are going through Dark Forest. Alex. Is that Emily? Emily Alton?
I think so. I must have stunk. Being followed.
We're getting double teamed by bears.
Stop behind.
person stood.
It's creepy. So normally after we do attractions or rides, we usually do a little review and see our opinions on what it was. But if we had done that, we probably would have only fit half of those in. We wouldn't have fit the full thing in.
I think the last thing that we done a review of was Compound.
Yeah. So the next thing would have been Wickerman in the night.
Yeah.
So that's my first night ride on Wickerman, which I think was probably, again, I said the last one was the most fun. I think that one was the most fun. Like, it definitely felt quicker, and I just think it was much better at night, like seeing everything lit up and all the flames, and I was just a bit more, I was much more relaxed in that one, so I just felt myself being chucked left, right and centre, and
it is good.
We did do some interesting poses for the camera. I was like, I wanted to make a good one.
Yeah.
A lot of the photos on ride, they're just kind of like us looking forward, rather than like, you know.
No, we don't really acknowledge the camera.
We're just kind of like, oh yeah, I forgot the camera there. So this time we deliberately thought, we'll take a decent picture. And then as I go to get the code for the photograph, all the photos were just fog. So
you
can vaguely see where. So, but I definitely preferred it at night, and
one of my favourite ones to ride at night.
I'm glad that I managed to fit it in. I preferred 13 in the dark. Like, it was more fun riding it in the dark, like pitch black. There's no lights, no theme, and it's just jet black.
I feel like it's a bit more intense. So when you come over the initial drop and you come past the camera disorientates you with the flash, and then you're just in pitch black until you get to the room.
The camera flash was absolutely blinding.
Yeah.
And we actually got a decent photo on that one. There was no fog. But again, I preferred that one out of all the other times I've been on 13. And I think if I got a choice to do it any other time, it would definitely be at night.
Night ride.
Like, I don't mind it during the day, but it just added to it that it was just total blackness. Couldn't say a single thing. Even going backwards was more fun this time.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I managed to fit 13 and Wickerman in for night rides, because those were the two I wanted to do in the dark, and I thought it would be interesting to see what they're like, and I've not done that.
So just sticking on 13 for 2 seconds. On the backwards part, I forgot that I had a glow stick on my wrist. So my arms are flailing all over, and I'm just watching, couldn't see my hand, just watching this glow stick just fly left and right all over the place. And the people behind me were laughing because they could see it as well.
Then Edge of the Forest. I don't know. I feel like I preferred the first time I went into this one. I don't know why. I think one of the things that done it for me was that tree man person, the twig person, whatever he is. He's something. Tree person.
I'm not sure.
He's a Demogorgon, basically. I didn't see him the first time I went in at any point until the room where you're in, where the bed is, and just screams. She climbs on the bed and screams at you.
Shouldn't do that this time either.
He was right in my face, and I didn't know what it was. Like, it just felt like a Demogorgon. So I feel like that was more fun than if someone goes through the first time and they get to see a glimpse of him walking around, which is what they did beforehand. You seen it on the first time, but I didn't.
It's in the previous vlog where I caught his leg, like his costume. I fell forward, he fell backwards into Sean Sandbrook, and then we sort of continued on. So I saw him yesterday as well as today. We've been twice this year prior to this, where we've had one where it was just us, and we focused on rides, we had a laugh, we had a good time. And then we had one where we've had Bernice with her, who, when we bring her to here, we let her choose where she wants to go, what ride she wants to do. Like, it's just how we always do it. So we've had one where we focused on rides, one where we focused on the bin and let her go on rides, and then we've had one that's solely on Halloween, which I think is a good mix. Like, even though I've wanted to do Nemesis, I've wanted to do Smiler and Oblivion and all those sorts of rides, in a way I'm not disappointed I haven't, because my time's being filled with so many other things.
If I had more time in an ideal world, obviously it's tempting to do some scare mazes over and over and over again, but it would be good to have one long night of just doing the scare mazes as much as you want.
Yeah.
And then having one night of doing as much of the night rides as you want, because we've done 2 night rides tonight, but I feel like I want to do them more often. So, like, as I've left, I felt like I got a taste for the night rides, but I wanted more.
I really do feel like Alton Towers needs to do an unlimited maze pass, because people will purchase it
it could be hundreds and people will buy it, because it's one of those where, like you were saying there, you want to have a night where it's just maze. Like when you go to Florida and you do Halloween Horror Nights, you can do whichever maze however many times you want to do. You don't have to pay like per one entry per. You just go and do whatever you want to do. Whereas over here, you can't. It is solely, you can go in once or you've got to pay again and then again and again. So I do feel like if they'd done one ticket that was unlimited maze entry, that would be a better preference, I think, for myself personally. I don't know about you.
Makes it more interesting going on the ride.
does.
You've had a few drinks.
I feel like it hits your stomach a little bit more as well.
No, but like I'm usually quite tense on a lot of the rides, especially the bigger one.
Yeah.
And I think having drinks naturally makes it a bit more loose. And that's probably why Wickerman, I felt like I was throwing it around more.
Yeah.
Because if I'm more relaxed, your body's gonna be like, I felt my arse lifting out the seat a few times, and especially the parts where when you go down and you go up, as you go up, just at the peak of that up part of the hill, you feel yourself lift completely out of the seat.
Proper airtime.
And as you're out of the seat, if you notice, you come round on that side. As you come round that side, you're out the seat and chucked towards the right.
Yeah.
And then as you land back down, you chuck to the left. Not like that pocket, you kind of up, right, and left, and it's all such a
You
short
don't know
space
what's
of time.
happening. You don't know which direction you're going or what's happening.
I think that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
But that's day 2 in the bag, so I think it's time for it to
Sign off.